Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Walk in Favor Network. I'm your host. I'm Pastor K. I want to take a moment and thank all of you so much for your positive emails all week. And it was one particular video, I think it was the one I did on Monday. You are requesting that I do a part two, and I will be doing that probably next month sometime. Now, I want to remind you it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please, please, please go and take care of your health care needs because self-care is very important. Now, I want to close this week out with this thought, and it was inspired by some of you who wrote to me in some emails. And this is, in essence, what you're saying. You don't have to put up with anything you don't want to. Now, I'll say that again. Let's make it personal. How about that in first person singular? I don't have to put up with anything I don't want to. Can y'all repeat that real quick for me? I don't have to put up with it if I don't want to. Yeah, that's key. Some of your emails, you all was stressing that you're tired of putting up with stuff and you just not going to do it anymore. And you know what? That's okay. Maybe you've had an awakening, an epiphany, and you have decided, I'm just tired of this and I don't have to put up with this. Think about that. Now, you done raised your children. Some of you still raising children. You've raised your grandchildren, some of you. Nieces, nephews, godchildren, what have you. You done put your children through school. They're grown, got their own families, and gone. They live in life now just like you had to walk through life. Your grandchildren, they grown, some of them, and they live in their life. Some of you got smaller grandchildren. Let's just pray that this world that we living in right now turns out to be better for them. You done worked on the job over 20 some years, 30 years, maybe 40 years. You done put your time in, getting up every morning, being disciplined, and going to this job. Because you know, without work, a man don't eat. So you know you got to work and keep food on the table and a roof over your head and those children's head. Y'all, it takes now 3-4 incomes now to make it. So for all of you ladies who were housewives, chef's kiss to you. But for the average people, it takes 2 and 3 incomes in that household. So you cannot be sitting around just doing it all. You got to decide, I ain't finna do this no more. You know what? I can do bad all by myself. I like to tell people, you probably can do better by yourself if you're putting up with nonsense. So that goes along with what the emails were saying. Pastor K, I'm just tired of this. And I done decided I'm just not going to do anything I don't want to do no more. I'm tired. I'm done. I've worked all these years. Now I'm retired. I'm going to do some of the things I want to do. And you know what, everybody? That is okay. You done put your time in. You're older now. You're aging out gracefully. Ain't nothing wrong with that because, you know, every birthday we have, we age. But age gracefully. And I tell people, don't be ashamed about aging gracefully. That's a praise report right there. That's a Lord, I just thank you moment right there. Because when you look back over your life and you look back over even your high school yearbook and you see a lot of people that was there that's gone, oh yeah, that's a praise report right there. So you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You grown, real grown for real. Especially if you're over 50, 60, 70, you and 80. Because I got subscribers in their 80s. You grown for real. And you don't have to put up with nothing you don't want to put up with. I want you to think about this. Give yourself the next 6 months to decide what you're going to do with the rest of your life. The next 6 months, decide some things that you are going to erase, some things you're going to remove, some things you're going to improve on, some things you're going to change about your life. And remember, you're never too old to start over again. You're never too old to say, I'm going to put this aside now. I'm going to let this go now. You know, that is it for me on that situation. Cut off some things. Downsize some things. That's all right. Rid yourself of distractions or anything that prohibits you from just living your life to the fullest. You know, Be okay with the arthritis. That happens. Be okay with needing glasses. That happens. That's a part of the aging process. But don't get caught up in the mindset that, well, I'm too old to change now. It's too old. It's too late for me to do this or do that. No, everything has its time. And you know what? Now is your time. And you don't have to put up with anything you don't want to put up with. I want to close out this week with this verse in scripture from the Old Testament book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. And it says, there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything under the heavens. This saying, a lot of people quote this all the time, but what it is saying in essence is the circle of life. There's just things that go on in life, and there is a time for everything. There was a time for you to work, and then there was a time for you to retire. Understand that. Don't get bogged down in worrying about things you can't control. I know I've been saying that a lot all this week, but I'm saying it because it seems to be a lot of people, especially a lot of the believers, you caught up in worrying about things you can't control, things that really you just have to pray about it and put it in the Most High's hand and keep it pushing. Make a strategic plan over the next 6 months of what you will put up with and what you won't put up with. And remember, stick with your plan. And ultimately, always know, well, I know somebody is saying this. Well, the Bible say, take no thought for tomorrow. Of course, we're not taking thought for tomorrow, but we are planning. I mean, we can't live our lives as if there is no tomorrow. So we can make plans, but ultimately God is still in control of everything. So don't lose sight on that. And always remember, things will turn around in time. There is a time for everything. But over the next 6 months, formulate you a plan. Something that is conducive to your health, mental health, as well as your physical health and your spiritual health. Formulate this plan for the next 6 months. Check some things off. Remove some things if you have to. But you've got to have a life that you're living, not just existing from day to day. And it's all right to let people know, I don't want to do this no more. And when they ask you, oh girl, you going to this event or that event? No. Well, why? Because I don't want to. I'm not sick. Nothing is wrong. I just choose not to. And that's okay. Be okay with that. Y'all get yourself focused and stay focused. Get balance in your life. Watch as well as pray. Don't forget at the end of the video, like the video, hit the thumbs up button, comment if you would like to. Share the video with other people. If you have not subscribed, go ahead. Just hit the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. And the notification bell. You will be notified when I upload new videos. Follow me on the other platforms. I am on all platforms. So please follow me. Take a few moments and let somebody know about Pastor K, a little woman from Little Alachua County. Got a YouTube channel, as do a whole lot of other people, but I attempt to inspire you and just give you some thoughts and some insight, some things you can put in your spirit. Y'all, be blessed, be well, have an awesome weekend, and I will see you back on Monday. Don't forget, the next 6 months, what you going to be doing? What is your plans?